Remember that Seinfeld episode where Joe Costanza figured out that you just do something good and you leave us? He was amazing. How we doing, guys? You alright? There we are. The good thing is, I thought to myself, all you got to do is not trip up, and you already did better than Batista at WrestleMania 35. So the best bit about that, imagine Dave Batista walked in, dude, I'm so sorry. It's massive. I don't know why I'm doing stand-up comedy now. I may have to do that later. We'll get to that. Anyway, we are going to do a live edition of the Y Series, because why wouldn't we? It's nice and simple. We're going to keep it topical. We're going to keep it on reference. Who was at WrestleMania 35 last night? Who wishes WrestleMania 35 wasn't 7.5 hours last night? You see? And that is the issue. That's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to kind of frame it in an interesting way. And I'm going to put to you, maybe come 2020, WrestleMania should actually be put over 2 nights. Why? I told you, Dad. You said wrestling would never pay off. They knew. My dad watched a video once and he said, "Why do you slap your head?" No, I don't know. "Why do you get up in the day?" And he says, "To tell you you're a failure." He did it. He'll watch this. He's very proud. He's very proud. He's going to be devastated that I said that. And my mum will be like, "Oh, I know who Ronda Rousey is." And I say, "What does she do?" And she goes, "I just know her name." And I'm going off on a tangent, but when my mum tells my friends, or tells her friends, "Oh, what does he do?" She says, he really likes wrestling and he slaps his head. That's what she says. And she went, I'm going off on a tangent, it's the weirdest way ever. But then this is the problem, right? My brother, everyone thinks I'm lying, I promise you this is true. My brother used to be a brain surgeon, he trained to be a brain surgeon, and now he's a doctor. So he basically said, brain surgeon's not enough, I want to train in all the medical fields. So my mum will go, he's a doctor, and he's a brain surgeon. And my sister is a teacher, but she's not only a teacher, she's a teacher for people with special needs, and she goes out and helps them. Right? And oh wow, your family is so amazing. What does your 3rd child do? He really likes it when people dress up in their pants and pretend to hit each other. And then they go, oh, but only like from a journalistic point of view. No, he then went and did it himself. And the punchline to all of that is, he then got hurt within 6 months. And he can't do it anymore. Although, spoiler, not spoiler at all, it's being live streamed next month, ladies and gentlemen. Right, WrestleMania 35 going, see, a live crowd here, feel free to throw out your thoughts, let me know what you think. And this all ties into the fact that, as I think we mostly agree, we have a crowd here who thinks that 7.5 hours is too long, not just for WrestleMania, but any single wrestling event on the planet. We had the G1 Supercard the night before. I saw loads of people saying, why is it 5 hours plus? And what happened? This was never the way. If you're an old school fan, you remember 3 hours. 3 hours was wonderful. It was such a wonderful time to live in. And then Raw went to 3 hours, so somebody backstage in WWE went, well, I guess we've got to make pay-per-views longer. Why? Literally, why? How does that add up? That's like when I had a pizza yesterday, I had 2 today. You just had a pizza! And you like the pizza! Everyone likes pizza, stick to the flipping pizza! So, I think, and it does tie into what New Japan's going to do in 2020, if you don't know, if you're not into New Japan. They are going to run their Tokyo Dome show, Wrestle Kingdom, over 2 days. They're going to do Saturday, or Friday and Saturday, I think they're doing in the Tokyo Dome. So now that kind of information filters back to WWE, and they think to themselves, well, maybe we can do it. And I think after last night's show, which don't forget, here in the New York area, it started on one day and finished in a brand new day. I know some wrestlers watch. It's true. Do something. Tell them. You'll get fired. Why did you lose your amazing job. The guy that slaps himself and points up said I should. I made a mistake. Anyway, I actually think, and what really kind of framed it to me was, I think a real highlight for everybody was Kofi Kingston winning the WWE Championship. The best thing about that is, obviously we're live on YouTube, you can click anything, at least one person watching right now thinks my name is Kofi and I want to go to the championship. Yes! Finally all my dreams are coming true. But if that had been how day one of WrestleMania had ended, and we could all left after a few hours feeling wonderful, especially after seeing Seth Rollins win, you think, oh, WrestleMania has gone back to being that show where you feel good, and you feel happy, okay, there were no swerves, but at least I go away with what I expected, and now I can share that love with the wrestling community. And then you would have tuned in to night two, on part two, whatever they call it, I don't know, WrestleMania 36.3, I don't know what you call it. I'm not the marketing guy for WWE. I quit that job. I'm not going to make any jokes about that. I think that's probably... Anyway, point is, the first thing you would have seen on that night too, I think this is the way the card went, would have been Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. And I understand it sucked, right? If you're Rey Mysterio, you're building up to the biggest event of the year. I'm 99% sure it was booked that way because his ankle wasn't fixed. However, when you look at it in terms of the storyline, what a reaction that would have been. Here comes Samoa Joe to defend his US title, and he beats Rey Mysterio in what, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and chokes him out.
They did nothing with Dominic.
Yeah, what was that? What was that? Like, the worst thing that ever happens to me is sometimes I do ups and downs, and I kick myself, like, oh, I didn't mention it, and it's WWE's fault because people come and go like, I don't know, the Invisible Man or something. It's crazy. Where's Mojo Rawley? Mojo Rawley wasn't even in the Battle Royal. Maybe he was. I don't know. Yeah, he was. He's in the mirror. I trapped in the mirror. Oh no! It's like the Phantom Zone in Superman. Like, they're set up into space. That's good. Put Mojo Rawley in the Phantom Zone. Probably Vince McMahon's watching this now. Yeah, so Dominic made no sense. Kevin Owens, oh my life. But this is the point, if you put it over 2 hours, 2 days, you could have probably figured out a way to get Kevin Owens. I mean, the whole Kevin Owens thing is a different thing. But I just think that would have been a great way to start night two. You would have this big reaction. Some people are going to love it. Personally, I did, because I felt like it painted Samoa Joe as a killer. But then you're going to have some people who are going to be Rey Mysterio fans, and they're going to be upset. And that's my favourite thing about wrestling, is when we can have a debate, we can have a chat. Obviously on the internet, it soon becomes just a big war of words. Usually you say, here's my really interesting take on pro wrestling. And someone goes, F you, you bald asshole. If we had that discussion in any other walk of life, can you imagine? You get home that day, how was your day? Honey, I just wanted to tell someone I liked Samoa Joe winning a match in fake sports, and someone told me I should die. Oh well. Oh. Dead. Someone does a eulogy, he did not die in a good way. He died in the worst possible way. But I just think, WrestleMania is getting too long. I think that's fair. And to be fair to WWE, I thought they put on a very good, in terms of pacing it out, I thought it was paced very well. I was never really bored, but just because I'm a human being and I have energy stores that will be depleted, eventually when I get to the end of the night, I'm exhausted. Because what can you do for 7 hours? Not a lot. So I would certainly like to I don't want WrestleMania to be 2 nights, but if WWE are absolutely insistent that they're going to, I would like them to try. And it's that classic thing that WWE never does anymore. There's nothing wrong with trying, realizing that it sucks, and going, okay, we won't do that again. Not everything has to be perfect. I mean, I would like it if they tied stuff up, going back to the Mojo Rawley thing. If somebody looks at Mojo Rawley and goes, shouting in a mirror isn't working, then you can readdress that and come up with something new. And I think sometimes WWE is a bit risk averse because they don't want to make that mistake. Maybe it's a pride thing, I don't know. So I think it's time. I really do. I think in 2020 we should give it a go. I mean, ideally, less matches. I think 5 hours would be okay. I think you can pull it back from there. But just give it a go. Give it a try. I think when we get to next year, the roster's going to be even bigger. They're going to have even more ideas. Who knows what the main event will be? And I think that's fair too. I love the fact that it was the women in the main event. I really, really did. I think the really cool thing is that they were there on merit. It wasn't like, oh, this is a great marketing, this is a great PR stunt. What story was better, right? Like, that's the three people that we wanted to see there, and they got there. But I did think it was a little unfair that after 7 hours of watching wrestling, you got a crowd that desperately wants to invest, but they were already knackered from the Kofi Kingston stuff. Obviously, Triple H and Batista. It was okay, but you know, I think during that match, people realised, oh, I'm getting a bit tired. Also, who came up with a spot about Dave? I'm going to rip your nose ring out with scissors. Scissors. Use your hand, like you really want to inflict pain, you grab it and you rip it out. You don't go and get scissors and pliers on his hand.
Why is that a ringside?
Sorry?
Why is that a ringside?
Yeah, why are pliers at ringside? Triple H is there before his big elaborate Mad Max entrance is getting all ready and he goes, pliers are there, right? You remember the pliers. Vince is all like, I remember the pliers, pal. Yeah, right. Vince McMahon is the guy that puts the weapons under the ring. Chair, pliers. Right, boys, these are what you've got to work with this evening. You know how you get on. All the rest in the back like, pliers. But I bet they were happy with Triple H on the show, so like, Triple H will definitely want to use the pliers. Triple H gets first dibs on everything. Also, not wanting to tie it back to my own personal stuff. Triple H made me jacked. I was 50 years old. How? It's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's not cut. Him and Batista are going to walk through the door. Really funny, man. When you meet like WWE old school wrestlers and you realise how big they are, and you're like, shit. Honestly, anytime I meet a wrestler that's my height or smaller, I say to anyone who's near me, like, I can do this, it's okay, it's fine. I met the New Day, they're all around my height, I can beat the New Day, that's fine, it's cool. And then you meet like Sheamus, and he's 9'10", you're like, I look like an idiot. I had a picture taken, I had no stuff planned, I've not done any of it. I met Wade Barrett at SummerSlam years ago, he's a really, really nice guy, and he thought I was his mate Steve. Honestly, that's not made up. He went, Steve. So I just went, Stu. That's true. And I went along with it for a little bit, and he went, no, it's not you. And I'm really sorry, Will. I just wanted to be a mate. You're being so nice to me. Why don't they push you properly? They punch me in the face. Anyway, the point is, he's so tall. He's so tall, Wade Barrett / Stu Bennett, and I remember that. I hadn't started training to be a wrestler then, but I was like how on earth am I ever... Because I think it's better now in WWE, because we saw even Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre's another guy who you don't realise how... And Roman Reigns is like, 6'1", 6'2", and when they had that confrontation on Raw, you're like, how's Drew McIntyre so tall? What the hell happened? Well, here he is Scottish. He's a psychopath. That was a shame, wasn't it? All that build and he just got beat. I don't mind, because I actually think there's more to the Roman Reigns story than just boo. How dare you get over a life-threatening disease? You can't wrestle, therefore I don't care you almost died. Don't you bring that attitude to the positive stage of life. I just realised, I know we're on a time schedule, do I have to wrap up? Have I gone too long? I do have to wrap up, yeah I do, I'm sorry. I didn't know, there was meant to be a signal, and then I realised I haven't had a signal in a very long time. Look, I'm going to leave you, because there are other people that want to come on. Actually, I don't know, do I introduce them, or does somebody else come back on to introduce them? Someone's going to come out. Give a shout out to Phil, everyone. Phil wants down half. Yeah, shout out to Phil, shout out to Phil. Well, I am the Triple H of this thing. I went too long. Shit. I let myself down. And I didn't mention, I burned my face. I know, it's all red. That's what happens sometimes. Mirror your face! I know, I'm me. And like Mojo Rawley, I have a mirror. And on that note, we wrapped it up! And on that note, too, thank you. This is honestly amazing. Thank you so much for your support. I'll be back out. Take care. Thank you very much.
My peoples, keep your energy up. Segment number 2. You know him, you love him. Give him for Adam Cleary!
I'm nowhere near drunk enough for this. Like, I was just standing back there, me and Jules were like, Miller's really good. Miller's really good. Like, I stupidly came up with the lineup, the running order for this show, and I was like, yeah, put myself wherever I like. I give myself the best spot. What I'll let them do is I'll let Miller go out there, I'll let them get you all nice and warmed up, get them all feeling really fun, get everything going, and I'll just go out there and I'll drink up all the love that he's got. And then I went to WrestleMania, and I saw how much nobody cared about Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe because of Kofi Kingston, and I was just like, I've made a huge mistake. I was like, it's alright though, because like it's a good concept, the show usually works pretty well, so I was like, it's fine, people like it. Then I woke up this morning, opened my phone, I was like, Twitter's going to be full of love for last night, everyone's going to be so happy about WrestleMania, and the first tweet I saw is some guy going, hey man, I watched last minute rumors for WrestleMania and like 2 of them came true. You got an explanation for that? Oh, it's great, it's going so well. I was like, well, 1, no. 2, eat a dick. 3, there are rumors. Like, we're just talking about what's going on the internet. Like, what does he do when he watches the news? Like, no. So I was like, this is going perfectly well. And then backstage, Miller uses my I'm a disappointment in my parents' eyes routine. So, thanks man, appreciate that. But I have got one up on him because my mum wanted like 5 kids, had me, and I was such a nightmare, she just stopped. Like she had this whole huge family planned. And then she had me for about 2 years and was like, no, I don't want any more of them. But anyway, this is Last Minute Rumours, our most bankable source of pre-pay-per-view hits, except it's for Raw, which you've never done before, but it's probably going to work nonetheless. Now, Now, we've got a bit of bad news. We are not with the great man, Michael Sidgwick, tonight, who is the whole reason I do this show, because he pops the entire office in ways that we are unable to pop ourselves. But what that means is that you're all going to have to be my Wrestling Rumours Advisory Board. So I'll be jumping off the stage, possibly head first, to get some of your opinions on some of these rumours. Now, I'm not really that good, so I've written down all the things I'm going to talk about on my iPad, which is no doubt going to go off halfway through, and we'll just have to talk about our lives. Right, so, first things first. This is the Raw after WrestleMania. The best thing about Raws after WrestleMania are the call-ups, right? Hey, we're going to see who's going to debut, who's going to really good. I won't get too excited. They literally did all the good call-ups about a month and a half ago. Vince said, Trips, can I have like your 6 favourite toys? And he gave him EC3, Lacey Evans, Ricochet, Aleister Black, Gargano and Ciampa, which is basically the equivalent of taking your brother's toys, not using 2 of them, breaking 1, sending 1 of them back, deciding you like 2, but not letting him play with any of them ever again at the same time. So, what are we going to do? However, it is the internet, so people have come up with a few. And one of the major ones, I think we all thought Shayna Baszler was going to drop the belt and then she was going to get called up, but she didn't drop the belt, which is sort of a problem. However, have we all noticed they're doing like a tag team division with the women, with no actual tag teams, except for Wilborn? How good was that, by the way? Now, that makes them not only the women's tag team champions, but also the only actual women's tag team in the whole company. So but what do they have? They do have in NXT 2 women who are pretty much a tag team in the shape of the Sky Pirates, right? So I'm going to go along the front here, and you're going to have to grade that rumour on the strength of it. So will the Sky Pirates get called up?
I don't think so.
No? Why?
I just don't see it happening, at least anytime soon.
Any other opinions? Shaking your head? Or take that as a yes?
No, they're not getting called up.
No? Anybody think they are getting called up?
I want it to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Why? Like, they've already had, one of them's already won the belt, the other one's not really going to be in the title picture. It makes sense to me. Guys, are we giving that as an official grade? Yeah. We'll do this on noise tonight. We've also got Adam Cole. This is really easy. I just say wrestlers' names and people cheer. Like, this is I was nervous about this. This is funny. Now, they have got a bit of a problem on Raw with a lack of heels, so Adam Cole would obviously make sense. Now, most of the NXT guys have apparently left, but they've kept Adam Cole back at Access to do autographs. The only problem they've got with this is that Raw has a lack of heels, and they will be calling Adam Cole up as a heel. Can we just do a quick experiment and see what that might sound like? Those weren't boos. They've done this all wrong. I was saying Adam Cole Booby. Now, I think this would be a great call-up because, I don't know he didn't get the NXT title, but it doesn't really feel like he needs it. Plus, the Undisputed Era are all so good, but that is another 4 guys from NXT going up, which would mean, like, what's the title picture down there at the minute? They went Velveteen Dream, who has a title, versus Johnny Gargano, who has a title. Send him back where? Is he? Yes. Oh, okay, no, when we get back. What are we gonna make of that room then? Adam Cole's family over here as well.
Vince hates factions.
No, he does. He hates a lot of things, though, which I'll get to later. We also have Hawkins and Ryder, who won the titles last night. Imagine hating the Revival so much, that when they say they're going to leave to join your new rivals, you put the thing they want the most in the world on them, then don't use them on TV, and then beat them at WrestleMania on the pre-show to a guy who's lost 269 consecutive matches. But if he hates anybody more than he hates the Revival, probably hates Zack Ryder more than he hates the Revival. So the rumour going around is that they might drop the title straight away, a la the other year on Raw. Well, they're going to have these nice new belts, aren't they? And they're going to look really silly on Kurt Hawkins, but the Revival would actually appreciate them. So the story goes that they're going to drop the titles right back to the Revival, and that's when we're going to get the new belts. No? Yes! Rooms divided between head and heart here. Who thinks that will happen but doesn't want it to? Yeah. Who thinks that won't happen but wants it to? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna grade that like I should go on with actual letters for this. What else we got? Oh, Dean Ambrose, man. Dean Ambrose. Adam Wilborn at the back there has what we have in the office, a pasty bet, which is basically, we're all so poor, we can't bet money with each other, so we basically bet baked goods. Well, I'm not even making this up, we have a string of pasty bets, any argument happens, like pasty. Adam Wilborn has a pasty bet that Dean Ambrose will appear before the end of his contract signing, and the rumour is that he will do so on Raw. Seth comes out, having his nice little moment with the Universal title. Roman obviously comes out, gets a nice arm around it, it's a lovely moment, and then... Should we do the Dean Ambrose music? No. Okay. Dean Ambrose comes out, they get the Shield send off, and that's Ambrose's official last appearance for WWE. It'd be a nice way to do it, right? The guy's broken his back, he's given the best year of his life to the company, giving him that send off would be lovely. I'm interested. We're not going to do it. They don't think they actually will see Dean Ambrose ever again in WWE. Sorry, stranger in the back there, why do you think that? It's a work? It's a work? Yeah, it probably is. Speaking of work, WWE might apparently use the feel-good atmosphere, how happy everybody is after WrestleMania, and just to check, we're all happy after WrestleMania. Well, this is easy, this is great. We're going to use that feel-good energy to just kind of slip the official announcement of the next Saudi Arabia show onto the radar. Hey, don't move me! Last time I spoke about it, they threatened to behead me. I thought you were just not even a bit. I actually got a message being like, what are you doing? You're going to lose your head over this. And okay. Yeah, so we probably might not even get it during the show. They might just slip it by on television so nobody in the arena can boo. This is very WWE, right? It's very them. I'm not even going to ask you. I'm going to give this an official. Yeah, thought so. Right. Oh, I'm not going to say this.
Take a minute. Take a minute.
Woosah.
Take your time. Take a sip.
Don't milk it!
Hold it.
Are you having a giraffe?
Hold it.
They think that he might drop one of the belts. So yes, that's why 50-50 split in the room of popularity on that. Apparently the story goes, she didn't earn that belt off Charlotte and she only wants what she's earned, only wants what she's taken. She'll just give her that back and go, when I want that, I'm going to come and get it. Which I think is a baller move, in fairness. It is a baller move. True? Oh, that was true, not boo. That's going to get real confusing. True? Boo? What do you think? Is that bad booking? Yeah. But is it not?
It's
funny?
WWE. It's WWE. Lacey Evans.
Hey, you never know who's going to show up tonight. Every bet should only be taking about 30 seconds of stage time. Yeah, like, I don't know, it's just so complicated with the belts. If they're not going to unify them, does it not make sense to give one of them back so somebody can take them on to another show and they can do more stuff with it? Like, we were all annoyed that Asuka dropped her belt and that had to go to the main event, right? Come on, guys, it was literally a month ago. 2 weeks, wasn't it? 2 weeks. So she gives one of them back, that makes her the good guy, and then SmackDown can have the belt back. Because they can't write stories for women, they've proved that. But we only have two angles they ever write for women in WWE. It's like, ooh, I want the shiny thing, or ooh, I want your man. That's literally all they do. Huh? Yeah. They did that one as well, which is kind of like a subsection of option B, isn't it? Rather than a nice man, they want the nice woman. Yeah, we don't like that back in the day, didn't we? They could be crazy. Yeah. I think we can just establish they don't write good stuff. So, if she hands one on the back, like it's a chance to do something on SmackDown, and that would be good. Yeah? I don't know, I'm trying to talk myself around up to this, so when they do it tonight on Raw, I don't want to get this sobbing fit. What doesn't make it sound better? It's my show. If I wasn't good at apologising for WWE, none of us would have a chance. It's like 80% of our entire gimmick. Hey, invest care because we make the stuff on it and you have to watch it, so... Totally exposed the business here. Yeah, what do we think? Yes, no? Yes, no? I'm gonna delve into the crowd with this one. Sir, what's your name? Niall? Where are you from, Niall?
Here, sorry, Philly.
I'm glad they know, because I've got a joke about where you're from. I'm not actually a comedian. Do you think they're gonna do it? I hope you're right, because again, I'd be emotionally disappointed. This is one day of the week I haven't actually got Becky Lynch's t-shirt on. I know, right? Sorry, did someone wolf whistle? That's the craziest thing I've ever done. Don't know how long I've got. Don't know how long I've got. Phil? One minute? Right, we're going to have to smash through all the returns that come into WWE tonight. So I'm going to quickly give you the name, a quick explanation. I want a quick reaction from you all, how hyped you would be for that to happen. So, name number 1. We've not seen him for months. Faster. Bray Wyatt. time I mentioned Bray Wyatt on Twitter, some girl sent me like a quasi-threatening message. And then when I was like, okay, that's kind of a weird take to have, she then copied and pasted it to Bray Wyatt and said like, got another one. And I was like, well, what are you doing? And he didn't reply. So this girl's just out there like, how dare you talk about Bray Wyatt? Look, master, I'm a Christ. That was fun. Lars Sullivan, we might finally be getting saved. That'll be good. Jason Jordan, apparently not back in a wrestling capacity, back on the show to sort of be around.
There's no more Kurt now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice to sort of like pat him on the back as well? Quick, Jason Jordan good.
No. Yeah.
Jason Jordan bad. Yeah. Wasn't as fun as the Zip Lab, but we'll go with it. And what's my last? Yeah, that's the last one. Thugonomic Cena will be back. Thugonomic Cena. A 48-year-old man with a massive gold chain and bars for days might be back on weekly television for all of us. No?
Is he gonna rap every week?
I hope so. What's the point if he doesn't rap? The man got the word shit at WrestleMania, but that's part of the dog's name. Right? What level is that he's operating on? Is that my minute? Great, thank you very much, everybody. Those are the last Thank you, New York!
You're doing great. One more time for Adam, baby. Let's hear it. All right, one more segment. Then we're going to take a little intermission after that, and we'll get stretched out. We got a Q&A coming. It's going to be exciting. Y'all doing great. Is this the greatest show of all time? Come on. This is up here there with WrestleMania 3 and the time the Ding Dongs were on WTBS. If you get that, yeah. Greatest tag team ever. What? All right, I got one more segment. I'm going to go over there. You know you do. Come on, let me hear you, baby. Keep that energy up. Come on, come on. Oh. Stand up, New York, WhatCulture fans. Are you ready? It's time for Insane Games with Drew.
Last time I did any public speaking, I think I was about 6, and I'm pretty sure I pissed myself. So as long as that doesn't happen, I'll be fine. But hello everyone, my name is Jules Gill. This is WhatCulture.com, and this is the most insane things happening in wrestling, the show that does the most annoying things in the world possible. I'm going to get my own intro. One thing. We've actually had a lot of cheers going on. I want to have a boo. I want to be a boo. I want to be a heel. We had too many nice things. We had Simon Miller. Give it up for Simon Miller. We had Adam Cleary. That's too many good guys. So that's the bad guys. Give me a boo. Give me a big old boo. Thank you very much. We'll be talking about him later. So basically, WrestleMania was insane, wasn't it? Like, we had the 3 big wins. We had the holy trifecta. We had The Man. We had Seth Rollins, The Guy. And we had The New Day. The most insane thing is the fact that the WWE seems to have actually listen to it. No, I don't know about you guys, look. I'm quite scared. If Vince is listening, then where do we go from here? We'll have nothing to complain about. I'm sure we will, though. But I was going to talk a bit about WrestleMania. But instead, I want to talk about what happened afterwards. Because we had those two questions, you know, where do we go from here? And the second one was, how the f do I get home? Because, I don't know about you guys, but that queue for the train was ridiculous. The Ubers, like, this is the thing, if you are a taxi driver, if you work in the transportation industry, not human trafficking, then, you know, you have my blessing. But at the same time, the Ubers shat themselves with their trousers on with that, didn't they? So, what our story is that basically we had to wait 45 minutes for a guy to go into Manhattan to drop someone off, to come back. Now, he called me when he dropped off the guy and was just like, it's a bit far to come back and get you, isn't it? I'm sorry, it's a bit too bloody far. But so I said, Pritpal was his name. Pritpal, come on, guy, come on. Let's come back. We're standing in the tunnel. We've got Adam Nicholas to my left, looking like he's about to cry. I've got Adam Cleary, who's again just looking very sullen. He's got this hat on and it was absolutely soaking wet. And then Wilborn, bless him. That's like seeing a puppy being kicked. Nobody wants to see Wilborn sad. And then the f***er cancelled. So, enter Mandeep. Big praise for Mandeep. Big praise for Mandeep. To quote Adam Nicholas, he's going to name his firstborn and any other kid's Mandeep as a result of this. Because it's not just a good thing that he came and actually took us home. He waited for a goddamn 25 minutes as we faffed about trying to find which parking lot he was in. And when we stood there, he gave him a hug. And he just got, you know, 4 very, very soaking wet, large men just hugging him. He was wearing a really nice suit we probably ruined. Yeah. So, I just want to get on a count of 3. I want a big Pritpal. 1, 2, 3. That was good. 1, 2, 3. We have a special guest. Speaking of Phil disappearing at the best of times, I'm going to use the support here, bud, but thanks, no worries. Soy Boys for life and all that. We did Big Battle Kaiju Big Battle. I keep getting the name wrong, so I'm terrible with names, but who went and checked it out, by the way?
Yeah! Oh shit, I'm alone.
Now, never alone here, my friend. Now this is the thing, this show is absolutely mental. Have you guys actually seen much of it before?
I saw it before.
It's really strange, isn't it? It's really, really strange, but in a fantastic way, because what it is wrestlers dressing up as giant monsters and having a fight in a cardboard city. And I'm going to tell you some of the actual storylines that we witnessed when we came in there. And I just need to remind you, we were coming off of a flight. Phil had been up for 30 hours straight at this point. So we were sat there, and we were just like, there's a cube-headed man called Dr. Cube who's just stolen the soul of a dust bunny in a dustbuster, and a unicorn has just come out and beaten it for the right to have the soul back. Yeah, exactly. I looked down the line, and it was just one of those things where it's just like, are we hallucinating? But no, it was definitely real. We filmed a lovely little skit with them where Phil got kidnapped by one of the monsters, and I look forward to seeing that online very, very soon. Now, here's the thing, and I need my notes because, again, I am a professional. Oh God, please kill me. Let's talk about assholes. Let's talk about assholes, because we're going back to the Tamatonga segment. Now, Any fans of the Bullet Club in here? That's the right answer. This is weird. I thought there'd be a lot more resistance to that. So this is the thing. Now, I think you guys might be following the fact we've, had some disagreements, shall we say, with the Bullet Club and the one and only Tama Tonga, the discount Aquaman that he is. But you know what? We ponied up the dough. He said, WhatCulture? Well, how many of you talks? I'm going to bother doing an impression of it. He said, we pony up 10G, we can show up to the block party. And we did, because it's pocket change, isn't it? It's pocket change. We're the bad guys, after all, remember? We're the bad guys. So we rocked up there, legitimately paid up. We ate his free booze. We ate his free booze? We drank his free booze. And we ate his food. And we were just horsing around, just having a laugh. But then, well, I'm going to get Simon out here to explain what actually happened. Simon Miller, come on out. Thank you for sending me Simon.
Is this on? Oh, it is on.
Brilliant.
I sound like Triple H's theme. Is this on? I want.
So, you and Tama have got some serious beef at the moment.
He's my best friend. Does everybody know about the Tama Tonga beef? So basically, just to give a quick 411. I mean, basically, we did a Why Bullet Club is Dead video, sort of end of last year. My point was the Kenny Omega version is dead, new version is here, called Tama Tonga a legend. Tama Tonga is crazy, and decided that we meant his new Bullet Club was dead and threatened to rip my head from my body. We tried to calm him down. He said no. Here we are.
There was a lot more expletives in between those two.
There's a lot of MFers.
So we rocked up to the Bullet Club block party. We're having a great time. We met the man Haku.
You didn't meet Haku yet?
The man is a legend. He hits like a goddamn freight train. He was nice to me. He only choked me once. But there was a bit of a problem with you because we were just horsing around. Phil and I were just, playing pick up Phil. That's literally the game. I was trying to recreate a moment because at WrestleMania we met Shad Gaspard, he was an absolute legend. And then when we met him at the block party, he picked Cleary up like he was a paper bag. And I was trying to recreate that with Phil. And then Tama went off on one, didn't he?
I think we have some footage, right?
Yeah, I believe we've got some footage, yeah.
And I want to point out, this is fan shot footage. We did not shoot this. We were just, this is Tama Tonga. So this is fan shot footage. As Jules said, we were just hanging around, admittedly eating a lot of his food, and.
Hey, all these VIP on second floor. Get your asses down on the first floor. It's only real fans that's up here. Get your ass. Why'd you cut the sleeve off? You ain't got no muscle. Oh, hell yeah. I swear to God.
Let's go with the food.
I swear to God. You know shit, nigga, get the hell out of here. I swear to God. Where's my crew at? Hey, I know my crew, man.
And stop it there, because I believe it goes into a depth
There is more of this. We are going to source the footage.
Well, we're going to send it to our lawyers, that's what it's going to do.
Yeah, we are, and we're going to send it to someone who will put Tama Tonga and I in a ring, because you'll see, when you see the whole video, I mean, what's it called, Jules? Insane Things?
Yeah.
That is one of the most insane things ever. And you'll see the video, you can't see it. It's a tiny, tiny red button, right? But, exactly, right? You're right, what a loser I am. But the thing is like underneath there is a massive bruise. It's nothing serious, but this is honestly what happened. Haku came after us. Jules, give me your arm. Haku, no, that's all right. Haku did this to me, at this strength. And it bruised my flipping forearm. But no, I mean, insane. I still genuinely can't quite believe what happened. And like I said, we are going to source the footage, we're going to put it out there, and you can judge for yourselves. That's how it started, and it's not how it ended.
Absolutely mental, isn't it? But thank you for sharing your story. Do you feel that this is a safe space now?
Yeah, I do. But just before I do leave you, he's probably watching this. He watches all the WhatCulture stuff. It's not a joke. It's not a joke, Tamatonga. Again, I spoiled it earlier. I can wrestle again from next month. So if you've got the balls, bro, I'm waiting. I don't care you're in New Japan with the Gorillas of Destiny. We wear masks. We're so scary, and I tweet gifts out on Twitter. Listen, pal. I'll see you. I'll see you in the wrestling ring. We'll see what happens.
How do you follow that, eh? Well, we're gonna be doing something that I've never done on the Insane Things before. I'm actually gonna have a live interview. And it's with two talents that, God, they've made a real impact over this weekend. You might have seen them, or not, at Joey Janela's spring break. Please, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Invisible Man and Invisible Stan! Sorry, I need the glasses to actually see that. Jesus Christ. Right, okay, so I've got my questions for you. Now, this is the thing. I'm able to see you guys. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy days for coming here. Now, I'm able to see you guys thanks to these wonderful glasses that definitely didn't come free in a loot crate. So, is this technology going to be made available to the public anytime soon?
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. There's a lot of legislation, lots of T's and lots of I's to dot and cross. Now, this is the thing. As invisible talents in a world of wrestlers that are seen, do you think that you're going to be overlooked? Okay, guys, sorry, I didn't actually mean any offence by that. No, it's okay. Guys, sorry, can you just back up? Guys, can you just please escort them out? This is why I don't do interviews. Okay, that's one of them. He's making a break for it. He's got a thrill. Bit further. And now comes the interesting thing. Because this is actually the last time I'll be doing the Insane Things happening in wrestling in its current form. Because with SmackDown moving to Fridays in October, I believe it is, it's going to mess up the schedule too much. And so all we're going to do is change Insane Things to be a more sort of reactive news show instead. But I will still endeavour to put all the silly soy boy skits that I'm sure you pretend to like, thank you very much. I will still be as annoying as ever, just in every other video that's going on. It'll be fine. But I do want to take a moment to talk about something that's very important to me, and it might be important to you. Now, you might have noticed that at the end of most of my videos nowadays, I start talking about just sort of how it's okay to talk openly and honestly about mental health. Like, it is okay to try and fail sometimes, alright? It is okay to take a break, and it is up to you, it's your personal responsibility to be as fair to yourself, physically and mentally, as best you can, alright? And if you're struggling with stuff, speak to your friends, speak to your family, and speak to the professionals out there, because I promise you, people do care much more than you think. Alright? it is basically we've got. You might notice I'm wearing some very silly Soy Boy Club stuff at the moment. Now, we don't have any of this for sale at the moment. It was just a joke for me and Phil to basically just like wrap up with. But we do have 2 hats here. And what I was thinking of doing is maybe just selling them to anyone who comes and makes me an offer, and I'm going to donate the money to Mind, which is a charity. Like, you know, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. You have been awesome. Never forget that. I'll speak to you soon. Right?
We got it!
Bret Hart.
What up, man? All right, guys, this has been great. This has been the greatest show of all time. We have another half of it. Thank you all so much. Intermission, yeah. I lost family members in an intermission once in '88, but whatever. That guy's called my dad. Whatever, dude. Oh, where were you guys when I was growing up? Okay, cool. This is the best show. We're doing it. We're amazing. We're gonna bring, I don't know what you said, but I love it, okay? My hearing's gone, all right? I just sat in that section. People are screaming things. It's great. Now, I only got to see Mania. Did you guys do everything this weekend or what? NXT? I had to watch NXT on a treadmill. It's weird because I start jumping to Bianca Belair's music and I'm 41. That doesn't work out, all right? Can I tell you, dude, Matt Riddle's my favorite. Man, this guy's that scares me. That's part of my youth that I did not enjoy, but all right. But no, you know, like I told you, man, I grew up a big, like a territory fan. I love the Von Erichs. To me, Matt Riddle is like all the Von Erichs. I don't know if you're familiar with them. He's barefoot and ripped like Kevin. He's got the hair of Kerry. He kind of wrestles like Dave. He can fail a drug test like all 3 of them. It's called a joke, everybody. Now you're doing great. In a few minutes, when everyone gets settled, getting their drinks, we're going to restart everything, and it's going to be a nice 7-hour segment. The 1 train is down. You won't be able to get back to your hotels. You can meet these nice, honest cab people who are going to tell you, where are you going? 2 blocks, $400. That was crazy last night. I love it. Did you guys try to get these cabs last night? Well, boy, you missed some fun. The first question is, are you going to Manhattan? No, man, I'm going to Philly. Where do you think I'm going? No offense, Philly. I love Philly. Philly's so tough, y'all's vegetarians eat meat. That's gangster. That's gangster. Scary. Scary, though. I mean, look, what are you going to do? I mean, you guys have that record. You booed Santa Claus and encouraged wrestlers to hit people with prosthetic legs. What are we doing here, all right? See, that's it. But you guys don't realize the guy who threw a snowball at Santa Claus became the mayor of Philadelphia, the governor of Pennsylvania, all right? And the person who gave the prosthetic leg to hit a wrestler at ECW is now president. It's wild. No? Too soon? Whatever. Okay.
That got weird. I don't know. Okay? I'm just waiting for 2 more. I'm going to get you hyped again. All I've eaten today was a protein bar. I'm getting jittery. I don't know. I'm missing the food from the sandwich, the food from the stadium last night. It was. Who would have thought that you could go see wrestling at a football stadium and eat the greatest meals of all time? I don't know if you tried the chicken parm sandwich. It was unbelievable. And I live in South Brooklyn, okay? I get beat up for saying that. I live in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, where you put Parmesan on everything. Chicken cutlet, eggplant, water, donuts. Yourself, it's crazy. I live in Bay Ridge. If you're not familiar with Bay Ridge, it is a neighborhood where the sweatpants is considered formal wear. I went to a Bay Ridge wedding 2 weeks ago. I wore Adidas with gold trim and people were like, look at the Great Gatsby over there. That was impressive. All right,
right, baby. I think it's time, man. You guys are great. We got one more we got one more half a show, couple more segments. Let's go out strong. I really appreciate y'all being here. Once again, show love, interact when they ask me to interact. There's gonna be questions later. Have some good questions. Just laugh at everything remotely funny. Be a part of the moment. This is great. Come on, man. I love you all. Let's get loose. Let's get it going, man. He's here for do the prediction segment. Give up, Alan!
As you can hear, I may have lost my voice a little bit at WrestleMania yesterday. Thank you for that lovely welcome. It's so weird being here and being recognised by people. People come up to you. I say that because that was a lovely chat. So nice of you to do that. Because some people have come up to myself and Nicholas and Cleary and said, "Oh man, I love the stuff you do." And I really enjoyed last night. Someone saying that, and I was chatting to him about 5 minutes. He's like, "Oh yeah, of course you can. Yeah, no problem." And then he was like, "Cool, thanks for cheating. See you later. Bye." But yeah, I mentioned that's my first WrestleMania. I learned a lot. I learned you really, really need to pace yourself at WrestleMania. 7 hours long, my goodness. And you really need to pace when you're shouting, as you can hear right now. So we're going to be back on a little bit. We're going to be doing a bloody good quiz. We're going to be doing a podcast in a little short while. But I can't really do I say bits, annoying things that I do most of the time because my voice is slightly gone. So I really need you to help me out a little bit. You alright doing that? Yeah! Before we get the guys out, let's have a quick practice. Tigers! That's the weirdest one of my life. Yeah. So yeah, as was mentioned there, we are going to be doing the results of our WrestleMania predictions. We don't really do that a lot because we came to WrestleMania. We're going to be doing a live stream, so we thought we'd do something a little bit different. Don't worry, by the way, we can't afford to go to all the WWE events, so we'll be doing a live stream for Money in the Bank next month as well. So, without further ado, and to find out who is the WhatCulture champion and who is going to be doing the punishment of, and this is terrifying, talking for 2 seconds, so who is going to be doing the stand-up set for 10 minutes? Shall we get the two guys out? Let's start off by introducing our number one contender. By the way, WWE, you can learn a little bit from this. The champion comes out last. Just so you know. You struggled with that a bit last night. You really struggled with that. Anyway, let's start out where we have our number one contender for the WhatCulture Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Simon Miller! And now, put your hands together, the current WhatCulture champion, Adam Cleary! Have we not learned anything from Tamatonga, guys? Come on. So 16 matches to predict between these two. Do you find it hard picking some of the results? Because some of the matches were pretty tough to call.
Well, I went with the strategy of go for weird choices, because otherwise we just pick the same things and it would be boring. But I thought WWE likes to go with swerves. It was swerve-esque company, so I went with a few swerves.
Now, by the way, if you're wondering about all the results, they are going to be revealed on the full documentary that's going to be coming out on our YouTube channel in the next few days. But I can reveal the results now, and I can tell you there's only 2 in it. 10-8 was the result. And so I can now reveal, of course, the loser will be doing a stand-up set. Best of luck with that, gentlemen. And the winner gets to go home with this. So, your winner, and still It's at the end of the last 3 WrestleManias right now, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so congratulations, Adam Cleary. Just before we go, did you have anything prepared?
I had like 5 minutes, that's right.
What's half it unzipping your jacket again? Right, I will leave you in the capable and very large hands. Good luck, mate. And Mr. Simon Miller!
I was hoping there's some notes on here. Just says Adam Babe Cleary. The problem is, I kind of thrown a load of jokes earlier, I didn't mean to. Can we just do that again? Let's do a Y episode. Who can do a better impression of me than me? I'm not just doing an impression of myself. I'm Simon Miller. That's a better voice. Do you know some people don't think I talk like this? And I love it when people come up and say hello. It genuinely is the best thing ever. They go, oh, you do talk like that. Like go into a recording room and go, hello. I'm so big and tough. With my big, deep British voice. My voice used to get me in trouble when I was in school. No word of a lie. And it was so loud, I used to get pushed into like the corner of classes because my laughing carries. This has happened throughout my entire life. It happened again. I used to work in this office, and it was like an L shape, and they pushed me right to the bottom of the L. And even then, round the L, you'd hear, shut up, Miller! I was laughing. One time my boss, his name is Rick. Hi, Rick. I won't say his last name. He went, Miller, you're having too much fun. Sorry, so I got a pen and I jammed it into my wrist. There you go. Now I'm having a terrible day. What did you want me to do? Like, all right, listen. I said to the guys, if I was going to try and do wrestling stand-up, and now I realise it's a terrible idea. A, because someone's already done wrestling stand-up. I thought if I lost, my opening joke was going to be WrestleMania. That was long. That's not a joke. That's a fact. The sun is warm. He's hilarious. The WrestleMania was long. See ya. No, it was. And like, the weird thing, I'm going to talk a lot about, not you, I mean this genuinely, not you guys, but that wrestling fan. You know who we're talking about. The guy that will go, well, I don't think it was that long. Because if you do anything for 7 hours that you love, you'll enjoy it. Bullshit! I saw a child earlier, I was like, it's a swear. And then the response is always, I could have sex for 7 hours. Because I was talking to Jason Statham. He's a massive wrestling fan. And I know him. None of that story holds up, does it? I know Jason Statham and he talked to me about the length of WrestleMania and that he could bang for 7 hours. Won't swear, but I'll say bang. Sorry, child. It means have a great time. Reputation. What reputation? I slapped my head and said why. But no, it's true, that's what they always say. And I kind of want to go, and I don't, because I like to put that positive message. But I want to somehow like reach into Twitter and drag them out and go, bro, you couldn't have sex for 7 hours? Your penis would really hurt. But it would, wouldn't it? Every time I get that tweet, I'm like, dude, you're just lying. And you wouldn't want to, and she wouldn't want to. I'm talking about it from the male perspective, because that's all I know. But it's like, I'm pretty sure the other way around, people are like, talking to it. That's like the end of WrestleMania with Triple H and Batista. I don't want to do it. Just pedigree, please. Get over it, humble. You've already ripped his nose ring out. Oh no, we did that. Damn it! The joke's been done. But yeah, that's what happens. And again, I want to talk about this because I love this type of fan. It's my favourite type of fan. But that's not true. It's my favourite type of fan in the troll-verse. Because, you know, as you may or may not know, I have a little show called Ups and Downs. Golden up! You all get golden ups, obviously.
brown down.
Tama Tonga does get the brand down. But no, like, and don't forget, and honestly, I love that show. It's the greatest thing ever. If you told me when I was a kid, you're going to get to grow up and review WWE for a living, I'd be like, I do backflips. And then I got injured because I'm me. I got injured straight away. You, sir, are injury prone and a danger to the business. From like Darren429. I was like, sorry, Darren. I'll quit. Like, you don't know, in my second wrestling match, I got hit in the head with the back of a steel chair, and my head bled, and that's when Darren popped up and went, you won't do with me. And as I said to him, I said, Darren, it's not, if I take a metal object and I properly hit you with it in the back of the head, 100% of people will bleed. And if you don't bleed, you're maybe dead. Alive people bleed. Anyway, Darren's made up, by the way. It's not. So anyway, the point of the show is this. If I like something, I point upwards. And if I don't like something, I point downwards. That, to some people, is the most powerful thing in all of wrestling. And they will get in touch with me and go, I can't believe you gave Baron Corbin an up. I go, bring it back, think about grammar, sentence structure. Go and say that to anybody else on the street. You're like, you need to move some words around. I don't know what this means. I just realised I'm the Baron Corbin of this show. I've been booked in 3 segments already. Round down for me. So, yes, it worked. All right with the Baron Corbin. That's like saying, I woke up today, hooray! I took a breath. So they find this really powerful. They come and say, I can't believe you gave this. And then the other bit that just blows my mind is they say, I think you're paid by WWE doing ups and down stickings. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just take a minute, have the thought, that's cool, you think whatever you want. That's the great thing about brain, you can have terrible thoughts if you don't voice them. No one knows. There's crazy people out there doing it all the time. This is how that would have to go. Ring, 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 ring. Hi, Simon. Have a great day. Positivity. And then, hey, pal. Right? That's how it goes. It's Vince McMahon, WWE. Have I got a great idea for you? I'm going to pay you money each and every month. And when I like something, I want you to give it an up. What? Sorry, say that again, Vinny. Simple, just trust me, pal. It will work. So you start doing it, he goes, and I've got a better idea. When I don't like someone, I want you to bury them, you're going to give them a down. What? What fucking more would that ever be a thing? How could it be a thing? It doesn't make any sense in the world. Vince McMahon, oh, sorry, I told you to give it a pound down, so I gave it a gold up. Agreement here. That's never happened, just for the record. Although now if it does, no one will ever know. Because I like that would never happen. Someone from WWE did ring me once. It's a true story. They did. They emailed me first and they said, we'd like to have a chat with you. I said, oh great, excellent. And then, so I sent my information across. I said, oh please do give me a call. And they called up. And it was someone quite high up in the company. And they actually, it's a true story. They said to me, hi, my name's, I was so long ago, I don't know, my name's Steve. I should have thought about this story beforehand. And they said, I said, oh hi Steve, nice to meet you. He goes, I think your show, sorry Charles, is shit. And they put the phone down. I was like, that wasn't a very corporate phone call. That wasn't very PG. So I went back to the email. I shouldn't be allowed on the internet. And I looked at the email address. And it was basically just like, Steve at wwe.org.k.7. Just a guy. And I'd given him my phone number. What a mark. What a mark. Oh, WWE's going to ring. They're going to put me on television. Imagine that. Some people say that, and honestly, I love this comment. They say, Simon, they should book you on TV. Do you know how that goes? Here I come, every single person in the Barclays Centre. Who the flip is this guy? One person, it's the bald dude from YouTube. And then you get the other person that knows me, and they go, yeah, it's brown down. If those two would get married, it would be lovely. Actually, we mentioned the brown down. I want to talk about the origins of the brown down. Because people don't actually, again, I don't think, and I didn't either. If you watched regularly, and I really do appreciate it, I wanted to call it the frown down, because I didn't, what do you think the brown down is, right? Because now, when I give something a brown down, I've been told, I don't know how true it is, but I like to think it's real because that was my ego. But I've been told that some wrestlers will watch ups and downs. Like, genuinely, that's what I've been told. Not through people in WWE, you know, friend of a friend who works here, and I'm like, well, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. That means if Seth Rollins comes out and does a segment, and I give it a brown down, I'm literally looking into a camera going, I'm going to take a crap on what you've just done. Wrestlers should hate me. I would hate me if I was a, you know, if I was a WWE guy. Who's this dude? He's walking on, pulling down his pants. That was rubbish. Brown down. Brown down. I'm in my 30s. So, I know my mum, when she saw that, talk about her earlier. So, what's a brown down? Don't talk about the doctor. Don't talk about him. I did a callback. That's what real comics do. Because I'm not real. I'm a fake person. I think I'm out of jokes, you know. I don't think I've got anything else. But no, I do want to point out, I know this is not really stand-up, but I don't know how many times I'll be out here. I've got to ring Vince and let him know what he wants me to do. I do want to thank you all very much. You have no idea how much it means to me that you do invest so heavily in stuff like Ups and Downs and the Y series and all of the WhatCulture work. If you had told me, again, when I was a kid, that I was going to be able to, you know, get to do this for a living and be able to come out here and talk to you guys and get such a positive response, you know, I probably wouldn't have believed it. And, you know, now I get to come and do wrestling stand-up too, which is another wonderful thing. I always, you know, I'm a big stand-up comedy fan. I'm pretty sure I think Jerry Seinfeld and the likes have played on this stage, or at least come and visit. That's really cool, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for good selves like yourself. And that's not only here, but for the videos and for the WhatCulture community in general. So yeah, I mean, that's, it blows my brain. And I know we talked about the crazy people. There is so much positivity and so much love on Twitter and stuff like that. And some people do just want to engage in really interesting debates, and that, you know, is just so thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think I will wrap it up there. I think I'm out of material. Otherwise, I'm going to start saying stuff like, you know, the guy that made the umbrella wanted to call it Brella, but he didn't know what to call it, so he went like, you know, break the fourth wall, break kayfabe. That was for you, Dad. I told my dad this morning what I was doing, and he went, I've got this really good job. I told you I'd say it, and I said, Dad, it's terrible. But I said it for him. So I end there, because that makes up for saying that you weren't proud of me, Dad. I know you weren't proud of me. It's not. Actually, I'll tell you one last story, and then the WhatCulture fans get pissed off. One last story. When I debuted, in about a year ago, it was literally a year ago, he said to me, why are you doing this? And I went, that's funny, why? It's my thing. And he went, what? And I told him, and he said, it's going to be a one and done, right? And I went, of course it's that. You know me, it's like to try these new things, crazy old girl. And he said, you're not going to do anything crazy, right? And I said, no, I'm just going to go in a Royal Rumble. He knew what a Royal Rumble was. So you're not going to be hit by chairs or... I said, no, standard Royal Rumble will be really, really fun. So, bless his heart, he bought, you know, the final on Access and he watched it. He was late to tuning in. And the first thing he saw was me on the apron as somebody grabbed me and threw me into the guardrail. And when I got back to my phone, he said, that wasn't real, was it? And in that moment, I was like, I am such a good professional wrestler. that the most cynical man, the most cynical wrestler who thinks it's all fake, thought that it was real. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to love you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think you will too.
Let's do it one more time, Simon Miller! I just realised whilst I was back there, I managed to split my trousers tackling Jules. So all I need now is for you guys to leave and only be Stephanie McMahon in the audience, and my nightmare is complete. Guy who tackled Bret Hart, man. Like another also the Simpsons did it, man, right? Yeah. I really genuinely completely changed my opinion of the Raw Tag Team Championship match because of that. I was like, they have to give them the titles. They have to keep the titles on the Revival because of Dashwater just sticking one on them. The weird reaction to that, like man unprotected, chin, just absolutely knocked clean out by that. I think that should be the Revival's new finisher, to be perfectly honest. Scott Dawson, I was like, bam. Anyway, right, we're going to do a bit of a live podcast for you now. I want to say, by the way, thank you so much to all you guys who've been supporting the podcast. One of the reasons why I joined WhatCulture is I said, look, you should do more podcasts. I'm a huge podcast fan, and as a result of you guys helping us out, we get like 250,000 listens every month. So thank you so much for your support. Oh, and by the way, thank you for reminding me. You may have seen our ridiculous Home Alone inspired poster to advertise on this show. We've printed some out. We've got the signed copies there. They're $10 each. You've got to buy one. They're signed by everyone here. Yes, including Simon Miller. So that's not. I say that because we all sat in a big row in section 304 yesterday for WrestleMania, and the amount of people who saw someone like myself or Cleary or Nicholas or Andy or whoever, and they're like, oh my god, WhatCulture, and they're like, oh look, and then they get along and like, fuck you guys, Simon Miller's here! So no, it's really nice. So we're going to get on, we're going to have a little podcast discussing what happened at WrestleMania and our thoughts ahead of the Raw after WrestleMania. So I'm going to invite two of the guys who you will know from WhatCulture Wrestling up on stage, the most stylish man in WhatCulture in Adam Nicholas, and my co-host from This Is The News, Andy Murray.
There we go.
No, okay, this one.
No, we don't.
Look at them in the end. Hello, everybody.
Now, before we get into this, I've surprised you a little bit here because this is our first time in New York, and it's an amazing, it's a little bit of a scary place. Has anyone been robbed in New York? You have, okay. Because two of us on this stage have been robbed whilst we've been here. Now,
Yes, we have.
Don't panic, it's nothing too serious. It was us being far too British for our own good, basically. We weren't held up, we weren't threatened. Andy, do you want to tell us the story about how you got robbed in Times Square?
Absolutely not.
So, you know the guys in Times Square, they dress up as superheroes or Trump.
Yes, those guys.
No, be careful here. Michael Sidgwick, he took a lovely photo with Captain America because his kid is a huge fan of superheroes, and he told him that they live in America, so he wanted to get a photo with them. A nice little touch there, right, for his kid. Whilst myself and Adam Cleary and Andy Murray were waiting, we were accosted by a few guys. You know the guys who just like are handing out their CDs? Oh my God. They're all refreshed by that. Oh, you can't hang on the hustle. That's fair enough. So, myself, Cleary, and now we're all good, thank you. Andy Murray, far too nice for his own good. Tell us what happened.
I guess I gotta tell this story then. So, walking through Times Square. Nice gentleman, very polite, very welcoming, asks me where I'm from, asks my name. I say Andy. He says, I'm going to call you Sexy Andy. Inaccurate, but never mind. Very flattering. Hands me a CD.
signs it. I'm like, this guy's very nice. He's giving me a free mixtape.
A free mixtape.
Shout out to DJ Red Flare, by the way.
That's the part. Takes me over to a little blue marked square on Times Square. I say, where are we going? He says, oh, just a little donation. I'm like, cool. $1 or $2, maybe $5. That's fine. Guys, he's a nice guy. I'll give him some cash. So, pal, that'll be $50, please.
It might have been a really good mixtape, though.
Now, me being the shrewd negotiator that I am, I say $50. Absolutely not, my friend. You're very polite, you're very flattering. I'm giving you $50. $30. Deal. No. You may look at that as $30 wasted. I look at it as 20 saved.
The reason why I mention this is he wasn't the only one robbed in New York City. I myself was robbed. Man, you may have heard of actually. Anyone here heard of Bob Backlund? Now, you guys seen the footage from WrestleCon of him doing ridiculous speech and strength for like a 7-year-old, yeah? It's because he's a mad bastard, okay? I love him, but he's clinically insane. So we were going around WrestleCon, like Sam Miller went on Saturday, you'll see those interviews going up. I went around on Friday and we were chatting to Hornswoggle, the man with the softest hands in professional wrestling. D'Lo Brown, who, yes, I got to do the head wiggle, of course. All those sorts of people. And then towards the end of the day, we just sort of go around, not doing the scheduled interviews that we're going to do, just asking people if they want to do it. We chat to Caitlin, we chat to Melina, it was all lovely and that sort of thing. And I went up to Bob Backlund. I was in a good mood. I said, Bob, would you mind chatting to us for 5 minutes? He said, yeah, no problem. Will you buy my book? And he is a terrifying man on clothes. $25 later, I got a 3-minute nonsense interview with Bob Backlund. Halfway through, he just went bye and walked off. So look out for that on WhatCulture Wrestling. Anyway, we're here to talk about WrestleMania. Gents, it was last night, it was bloody long. But what was your favourite match?
Well, I think we all know my favourite match on the board. From the word go, when Seth Rollins won the Universal Championship, for anybody who doesn't know, by the way, I am a huge Seth Rollins fan. And Andy Murray reliably informed me that no matter what happened on this pay-per-view, that Seth Rollins was definitely going to lose.
Didn't get that one right.
You certainly did not. Just as well you weren't doing predictions against Cleveland. What was your favourite match, Andy?
My favourite match of the whole evening was also the worst match on the show, and I absolutely loved it.
I know where this is going.
You know where this is going. If I did a little post, do you guys reckon you could guess this match? Mr. Miz, what a guy. That match was terrible, and I absolutely adored it. It was a train wreck from start to finish. The finish was absolutely absurd. Shane just lands on it and wins, okay. I adored it. Bad wrestling is better than good wrestling.
My favourite match, I mean, I'll be perfectly honest, and I reckon I won't be going on this route. I know what I like, because you and I had a little bit of a moment. I genuinely got a bit emotional when Kofi Kingston won that title.
There was a small moment where I was standing there watching Kofi Kingston as he rose upon the turnbuckle with the belt in his hand, and I was thinking, this is a beautiful moment, this. And then I started getting these little wells in my eyes, as you do, little violins in my ears, thinking, this is a real moment, this. And I thought it was just me, so I was trying to, be strong. I looked across to Adam Wilborn, who was just absolutely bawling his eyes out. Just like, how good was that talking with?
Don't worry though, I stopped making a fool of myself and then did the Big E dance straight after. My favourite match of the night is an obvious one. It was a fatal 4-way match for the tag team titles, but not one of those nonsense SmackDown tag team titles for the men. I'm talking about a match that result was, there's a word for this, it's truly...
How have you made this a thing?
What is my life? Right. Least favourite match last night.
People think we're professionals.
I just come out, shout some catchphrases and call it a day, really. I think we universally agree on the least favourite match. You enjoy, I thought you were going to say your favourite match was the piss-boiling match that was Kurt Angle's retirement.
That's exactly what I thought he was going to say. Baron Corbin, two of Baron Corbin's biggest fans, I'm afraid.
Probably the only Baron Corbin defenders left on the internet.
I wonder why that is.
He's great.
But yeah, we mentioned this earlier, we went into that Triple H match, and we've been saying this since that SmackDown 1000 promo, right, with Batista. He's done everything except beat me, and we were like, ooh, here we go. And then, give me what I want!
What I really want! It's not what I want!
Give me what I want, give it to me! I need to spit more, but I'm not. That's not what I want. The front row's really close, you know what? It's just, we were saying for weeks and months on end, it's a Triple H match. You can't do it again, can you? We know that the track record, the weird sort of lineage of McMahon's having the longest match at WrestleMania. And then he had like this, the longest, or then the second longest match at WrestleMania, just dragging it out. Get on with it, Trips.
I feel really, really bad for Dave Batista. Because he really, really wanted this match, the funny Raw promo aside. He was trying to hunt this thing for years. And then Triple H made him go, what was it, 24 minutes? Of absolute masturbatory hell. There's a good match in there. He's a good match in there. You condense that to 10 minutes, cut off all the flab, but close personal friend of Adam Cleary, of course, Dave Batista.
Who we're reliably informed is absolutely delightful smelling, I should point out.
Delightful smelling, and by all accounts, a lovely guy, exactly the kind of guy that I would love to go out for a froyo with. But Triple H let him down, he dragged him into one of his epics, it was not fun. But the real worst match of the night was us, all of us, versus the Journey Home. Wow.
You took a train, we took an Uber, Jules mentioned it earlier, it was a bloody nightmare.
Yes, it was. Fortunately, myself and Michael Sidgwick, we got on a train before the heavens opened and that hurricane of piss emerged from the skies. You guys, I don't think we're so lucky.
I was going to say, as it happened, we didn't, and we all ended up looking like we took a shortcut through a car wash within 2 seconds, head to toe, dripping water. Me, Adam Cleary, Wilborn and Jules were all just stood there thinking, how has this happened to us? And I remember all of a sudden that we had this conversation, you'll remember this one quite well, I'm sure you will too, where we said, if all three of our favourites win the big one, if Seth wins, if Kofi wins, if Becky Lynch wins, what terrible things is Vince McMahon going to do to us? And for how long is he going to do them? And it turns out he didn't even bother waiting. He just did it immediately after the show. I decided to turn on the little switch where the heavens opened, and that was that. And oh, you want a taxi? Forget about that, my friend. I own Uber now, and we're all going to cancel on you.
Hang on a second, hang on. I'm not having you saying Vince McMahon has a god complex on this stage.
Vince McMahon couldn't possibly.
Surely not.
Surely.
Look, let's look forward. It's the Raw after WrestleMania tonight. You guys looking forward to it? We dealt with some possible returns, some possible debuts. Let's deal with some of the other stuff as well that's coming up, because there has to be some sort of repercussions regarding the conclusion of that main event, right? Do you think? I know Ronda obviously broke her hand. They were
severely, according to Shagger Dave.
They were working snug, I think is the term.
As if you just dropped Shagger Dave and yeah, that's right.
That's his name now.
You are consistent, I'll give you that.
Do you see I don't know, some sort of rematch, some sort of promo from Ronda here, or do you hope that we just sort of roll on through and allow Becky to start this title reign properly? She has to be the opening promo, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who else could possibly open the show? Kofi's on SmackDown, Becky, maybe, Seth could get involved. That'd be fun. As far as Ronda goes, I mean, heels have worked with Cass on before. Depending on the severity of her injury, which Shagger Dave says is very severe, he's always right, as we know. I think it's a little bit too early if she does have a badly broken hand to talk about a rematch tonight, but perhaps they can build to something on the next pay-per-view. Unless, you know, Nia Jax comes along and punches her in the face.
Don't mention Nia Jax's name. Let's not bring her into all of this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She injures nose, girls. You mentioned this earlier.
Hang on. You can't go using Chris Thompson's joke.
Yeah, sorry. Let's hear it for one of our wonderful editors, Chris. He's down with that. Very much over these last minute rumors. You use any chance that they go, well, have you enjoyed that title reign, Zach? Give those back right now.
Absolutely, just like the Intercontinental reign a few years ago, I can see them snatching them right off the mail. It was a fun moment. They were both hometown adjacent. They got a big pop on that pre-show, which was pretty crazy because the pre-show was pretty dead. But yeah, they're going to snatch it away, right? You can't have nice things for long. It's WWE.
Well, this is true. If you remember rightly, when Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 32, Miz took it off him the next night, and what did that start? One of the greatest runs in the Intercontinental title's history in quite some time, in fairness, and the Miz restored his own brand and the brand of the Intercontinental Championship. So, if we're to believe, then maybe the revival possibly take it back, and if they do these new belts, where maybe they're bringing the retro belt back, would that not be the kickstart to the revival's career that they desperately need?
Yeah. Really? Absolutely.
Combined with that new finisher.
Come back, I love you.
There's always talk about debuts and returns. Who would you like to see most, either debut or return tonight on Monday Night Raw?
I mean, it's Sami Zayn, right? You know, Bray Wyatt's a possibility, but there's a lot of fatigue surrounding his act. It's kind of played out, blah blah blah. Sami Zayn's the guy. It seems like he's been back at the Performance Center training, getting ready. His buddy Kevin Owens is kind of fannying around on SmackDown with nothing to do. Who knows? Maybe they'll come back together. But the real answer, of course, is Gangrel.
He's not wrong, you know. I think it could be Gangrel.
It's in the city, man. He's here. I saw him.
Have you spoken to him properly yet, though?
No.
Who would you like to see either debut or return? Obviously, Adam Cole has been suggested, as you mentioned there.
Yeah, Adam Cole is a funny one because if you bring Adam Cole up, what does that leave the other guys down in NXT? I'm not sure that what's going to happen. I'd love to see Sami Zayn. I have got a massive love for Sami Zayn. He's been out for so long. I think we forget how good Sami Zayn actually is. And maybe Raw might not be the place though, because let's be honest, it's the land of the giants over on Raw. And last time Sami Zayn got anywhere near that main roster, it didn't work out super great.
That Bobby Lashley feud was great, pal. I don't know what you're talking about.
Was it?
Bobby's sisters, yeah.
That lovely assault course bit, I'll give you that. That was something.
Remember when he beat him with a suplex? Great.
Do you know what? The weird one, I'd love to see Sammy, I'd love to see Bray, I'd love to see Adam Cole. There's so many different names that you can see coming up, and even though they have sort of staggered and gone, there's EC, bollocks, who cares? Who wants to play with Nikki? No one, apparently. Despite all that, you might have noticed, I like weird wrestlers. Case in point here.
Hang on, sorry. What is the name of
this is I'm not sure, you get a little stable, it's taking a little bit of time off, but I'm sure eventually it will return to resurgence. It is Titus!
I love that.
He's good.
Can you come back with me to Newcastle?
Is this what it sounds like in your head every time you read?
But yeah, despite all that, the one person I'd love to see come back, and I have no idea if he's cleared or what. Anyone else want to see Fandango back? Which allows me to transition into something very interesting, which is something we've been planning at WhatCulture, I think, for the past year, probably. Monday Night Raw and the SmackDown Live after WrestleMania is known for fan takeovers, apart from dicks with beach balls. But I really want you. How many people are going to Monday Night Raw tonight? I think that's enough. I think that's it. We've got enough in this room. There's a referee who works for the WWE. Yes. You know his name. And if he is working tonight on a match, it's the main event, that'd be amazing. But anyway, regardless, I would love for you guys to help us out and just basically ruin Monday Night Raw. With a little chant that goes like this.
So good, beautiful.
Oh, and we've been banned from Monday Night Raw tonight, okay. Right, my thanks to Andy and Adam. Give you a good one for that. We're going to be back in a short while. We're going to have a bloody good quiz for you guys. Have a little break, take off your drinks. We'll see you soon.
It's equal to 1 fall apiece. Final fall. Best 2 out of 3 falls. This is it. Are you excited, everybody? Last segment. Good job, show. I'll let you guys get sat for a minute, and I'm gonna bring them out. It's cool. It's been so much fun. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what to expect. I've done some cool wrestling warm-up gigs. I've done some really rough ones. I think I might be doing another rough one later. So who knows? But you guys, right here in my heart. Let's go. Real quick, from non-New Yorkers, are you finding New York people friendly or no? Look at this, right in the middle. New Yorkers just don't have time for stuff. I'm gonna tell you this, I've lived here 13 years. When people are too nice, I'm like suspicious. Like when I go to the Midwest, that's kooky to me. Yo, when people just, like I was in Chicago like a month ago, and a stranger opened a door for me and said, "Hey, how's your morning going?" I'm like, "What is this, a ploy for my pin? What are you doing? Stop looking at my wallet. I don't trust this." This is how crazy New York is, man. I once, was walking the street and I saw a mother with a kid and another random woman. The random woman runs into this kid. The kid's like 9, probably the age of my dude over here. And the kid, she like knees him. The kid goes like this, like 3 feet. Yeah, it was wild. Like Triple H hit him with the hammer, like just bam, and just bounced off. And the lady had the gall to look at the kid and go, "Look where you're going, stupid." So this mom, something like a good mom in the middle of New York, runs to her kid, says, "Don't worry, it's okay. It's not your fault. You're not stupid. She's having a bad day at work. You're okay." Kid didn't even see it. Looked right at the woman and goes, "Look where you're going, fatty." And then the mom couldn't believe her son said that, ran to the woman. "Look, you're not fat. He's having a bad day at school. It's not your fault."
That's kind of fun, huh? All right, I'm bringing out last segment. This is the best ever. And then we got to get you guys to Brooklyn. I want you to have a good time out there. It's going to be a good time. Raw's going to be extended to 13 hours. You're going to have a great one. I'm doing a run-in. It's going to be wild, man. So this is it. Are you all excited, baby? Convinced. Are you excited, baby? One more time, baby. I'm bringing it out. Give it up for Adam!
You may have noticed I'm not an Adam, amazingly. But I just have a little announcement I'd like to make.
Lunch on you!
We have officially broken the stand-up New York attendance record! 82,976 people! We beat WrestleMania! We beat it! Adam Wilborn!
Let's hear it for Phil! Right. Now, you may have heard my voice is still buggered. I think it's the technical term, yeah. So I need your help for the introduction of this. For anyone, are you guys here a fan of WrestleCulture, the WrestleCulture podcast? I went for it there and then thought, oh, there could just be a deadly silence here. Thank you, guys. So I need your help, as again, I can't do my catchphrase or anything like that. So it's now time for a... Now, there's going to be 20 questions here, 10 questions about WrestleMania, 10 questions about the Raw after WrestleMania. We're going to alternate between the 2 teams, and each team will have the option to go to a member of the audience for one of their answers. So please don't shout out, please give them a fair shake. And the punishment is, of course, Worst wrestling ever. Well, I'll give them a booking angle and have to explain why that's a really, really good idea. WWE could learn a lot. Right, let's get our two teams up here. Now, I realise I am a member of the AWO, but there is no bias here for the bloody good quiz. Let's get my other two members of the AWO up here. Adam Cleary and Adam Nicholas, ladies and gentlemen. And they will be facing off against. There's no profiling at WhatCulture, but the chips land where they may. The Bald Boys. Simon and Randy Murray!
I'd like to point out, that is boldest.
You're the boldest, mate.
Imagine having here, man. I'm going to start calling you three the full heads. Look at them with all their hair.
Right, we'll start with Champions Advantage. Adam Cleary, would you like to go first or second with this quiz?
I've already mugged him off once today, so I'll go second.
I'm going to mug you for real in the street.
No, that's Andy's thing.
That's wrong. Right, let's start off with question number one. Feel free to play along, but, don't shout out. Stop working out my system.
See, it's always the middle, isn't it?
I spent literally minutes on this quiz. Right, question number one. Paul, boys, you start. Which of these future wrestlers weren't in attendance for WrestleMania 6? Or the one that wasn't there? A lot of Canadian wrestlers at WrestleMania 6. So, who wasn't there? Was it Edge, Christian, Lance Storm, or Chris Jericho?
Edge was there, right?
I don't know.
I think Edge was there. I'm calling Edge was there. Who was it? Chris Jericho, Lance Storm, and
Christian.
I have a tactical guess, but it's based on gibberish.
That's better than I have, mate.
Well, I would imagine it's something. I don't know if Jericho and Lance Storm were there, but maybe the trick question is like because Edge was there. I'm 99% sure Edge was there, so maybe Christian wasn't, and that's like, oh, they're friends.
Worked together for so long. I'm happy to pin my
I'll look at Christian.
What do you guys think?
Jericho.
Correct answer is indeed Jericho.
Yeah, we suck.
Of course Edge and Christian were there. They're brothers, right? Right, question number two over to the AWO. WrestleMania 7 saw the start of The Undertaker's streak, but who did he beat?
We should know that.
We should. We're going to be left here looking like a gang of idiots at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
Just gonna double check. Obviously we know, but can we just double check what the options are?
Yes, the options are King Kong Bundy, Jimmy Snuka, Jake the Snake Roberts, or Giant Gonzalez. By the way, just a quick caveat whilst these two discuss between the two. Some of these answers on this quiz may be wrong. We're all fallible. I'm just putting a caveat in here. The correct answer is what I have written down on my phone. James, what are you going for?
King Kong Bundy.
It's not King Kong Bundy. Did you two know?
We think so.
We're pretty confident.
What would you have said?
Jay the Snake.
It's not Jimmy Snuka. It is Jimmy Snuka.
In our defense, we were just like guessing people whose names start with J.
I was sat there going, it was Giant Gonzalez, oh, we should have said that. And it's actually Jimmy Snuka, I know.
This is where we find out that none of us actually like or know anything about wrestling. And we've told all this and we're like, yeah, just keep going with it, man.
Right, question number 3. Please get one right, we're losing. How long was the main event of WrestleMania 9?
That's a trick. There's two main events.
The main event is the last match on the card, no matter how much WWE bullshit. They're all the main event, no, they're not. That's not how words work, Vince. So, how long was the main event where Hulk Hogan, the whole thing, 11 seconds, 22 seconds, 33 seconds, or 44 seconds?
22
is the correct answer. Right. AWO, 1-0 down. How long into sudden death overtime did Shawn Michaels pin Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12? Don't forget, by the way, if you're unsure, you can still ask a member of the audience. So, how long into sudden death overtime did Shawn Michaels pin Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12? Was it 52 seconds, 1 minute and 52 seconds, 2 minutes and 52 seconds, or 3 minutes and 52 seconds?
Unless you know this, I'm going to the audience.
Well, as it happens, Adam Cleary,
Can't help.
I do not know.
I think it's 1 minute 52.
What happened to going to the audience? Should we go? Come on.
We'll save this. We might need to build ourselves out there. 1 minute 52 seconds.
Get out of my head. 1 minute and 52 seconds.
Oh, sorry, you went when I said that.
Question number 5.
It was the Royal Rumble, wasn't it?
Who entered the Triangle Ladder match at WrestleMania 2000 as tag team champions? Was it Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, or the titles were vacant?
It might be that last one.
Come on, man, this isn't WCW.
Go for the last one.
Yeah, we're going to ask the audience.
Who are you going to ask? You got to pick one of the guys in the audience.
Well, the hand.
Bear in mind, they have to go with the answer, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So you can
No pressure, man.
It sticks up with this.
You'll have the wrath of this.
If you do that, I will beat you up.
Shave his head! Shave his head!
There we go.
And we'll shave your head.
The Bald Head Society. Come on.
The titles came straight out of Dudleyville.
The Dudley Boys, yeah. Dudley Boys, right? Say
Dudley Boys.
Dudley Boys.
I'm just letting him sweat for a bit. Here's the Dudley Boys.
No one else cheering for you, man.
Right, 2-1. Which of these men didn't compete in the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 21? Was it Booker T, Chris Benoit, moving on quickly, Kane, or Chris Jericho?
Wait, who did not?
Who did not compete in the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 21?
Booker T.
You've walked right into my trap. I get to do another catchphrase. Shocky Ducky! It was Booker T. Okay, two each? Yeah. Okay, who did Big Show last eliminate to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 31? Was it Cesaro, Heath Slater, Kane, or Damien Mizdow?
Damien Mizdow.
It's a weird name to chuck there enough if it's not him, and it is Damien Mizdow. Right. AWO. How much did Triple H's Bone Soldiers, ooh, spooky, allegedly get paid at WrestleMania 32?
Hang on a minute. Let's just rewind. We've got Damien Mizdow over there.
Hey, Jones.
Born Soldier Costume. What sort of quiz is this?
Exactly the one you can get every week on WrestleCulture.
What a salesman.
We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do the psychology thing.
$100.
Not $100. Look at me when you say that. This is a still job.
$100, $250, $500, or $1,000.
Right, you looked to see what was written down for 3 of those. Is it $250?
I'm out of here. $250.
Gaming the system.
It's not good, it looks like it.
Everything's a bloody waste.
Love is a work, of course.
Love is a word, of course.
So is that 3 each? Yeah, 3 each. Okay. Question 9. Becky Lynch living inside my head there.
I like a taste of the good life, you sack of shit.
Get in.
Question 9. How long did Taker versus John Cena last at WrestleMania 34?
Now we're talking.
45 seconds, 1 minute 45 seconds, 2 minutes 45 seconds, 3 minutes 45 seconds. What a classic match that was. Taker's titties hanging out. Anyone else not all bothered that he didn't show up last night?
Yeah, he was at the hotel.
So it was B 145.
Yes.
We're going to go there.
Any guesses? 245 is indeed correct. The AWR
It's okay, we'll get them. No, the worst thing about that is I said to Andy, look Andy, I did a list recently. Best matches under 2 minutes. Clearly I didn't.
AWR, chance to take the lead before we move on to the questions about the Raw after WrestleMania. Prior to last night, where Kofi Kingston became WWE Champion, I'm never leaving this stage. How many times prior to last night has the WWE Championship changed hands at WrestleMania?
You've gone too early there, friend.
Was it 18, 20, 22, or 24?
Does anybody know this?
Oh, that's not fair. You can't do that.
Oh, Dave Meltzer's just walked in. He might have.
Was it 18?
20, 22, or 24?
It's one of them. 18, 20, 22, 24.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, it's one of them. He's got down the middle, hasn't he? He never goes. 20 or 22, people.
I like the sound.
I don't know about you, mate, but I'm feeling.
You just really took away my people.
We're feeling 22.
Why did I invite you to do this quiz? It is 22 times. Halfway points.
To be fair, Taylor Swift wrote a whole album about that stat. So.
Halfway point, 4-3 to the AWR. We now move on to the questions about the Raw after WrestleMania. Who's looking forward to the Raw tonight? They're gonna hate us. Right, let's start off with you guys talking about all the stuff that happens on the Raw after WrestleMania. Who did Neville debut against on Raw in 2015? Was it Heath Slater,
Yes.
Tyler Breeze, Adam Rose, or Curtis Axel?
Well, so much for my idea. I was told with complete confidence it was Seth Rollins. Turns out I'm an idiot. Can you say it again? I was just waiting for Seth Rollins' name to come up. And I was going to go, good work, Andy.
Never trust the bald guy.
Heath Slater, Tyler Breeze, Curtis Axel, or Adam Rose?
Yeah, we're going to go Tyler Breeze then.
Anyone?
Curtis Axel, my friend.
Curtis Axel is indeed correct. Right, chance to extend your lead. 4-3 to the NWO. Which of these men didn't Brock Lesnar attack when he debuted in 2002? Was it friend of the channel Al Snow, Spike Dudley, Crash Holly, or Maven?
You've done this before,
We
sounds like you've seen
do
these.
we do loads of wrestling content every day. Right. There was three of them.
Yes.
Right? One of them was definitely Spike Dudley, because I remember seeing it at the time and thinking, dear God, he's dead. Right, no, we go for it because it was Spike Dudley, it was just a hardcore match, right? So that would imply... What else we got?
Al Snow, Crash Holly, or Maven?
Mate, what's the name? You go with brows?
Eyebrows, mate, eyebrows, not brows on your phone, pal. I reckon if we go. So we'll go what you said.
Oh no!
And then if he gets it wrong, it's on him. If he gets it right, then it's the both of us. And so we're going to go for. I'm not confident at all, mate. But the big thing you do here is you just bullshit with confidence, and everybody believes it.
Stop giving away the secrets of the channel.
It's Crash Holly.
Congratulations to the both of you. It is indeed Crash Holly. People will think I've rigged this quiz because the next question. Goldberg, for the Ball Boys.
How you doing, Dad?
Grandad?
Goldberg debuted on Raw the day after which WrestleMania? And I'm talking about his original WWE debut, of course. Was it WrestleMania 17, 18, 19, or 20? I'm sure you've sat on his knee and heard tale of this.
It's WrestleMania 19.
It is WrestleMania 19.
You can't ask. That's like WrestleMania 19. The bald guy retired. The day after, a bald guy arrived. You can't ask us those questions. We love our bald community.
The next question is about Gilbert.
Do you do, you know, like the bald community, as you just mentioned there? Do you do the little weird thing that they do on Family Guy, where they're like getting the lifts and they lick each other's heads? Do you do that?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Prove it. I want to know who's the top and who's the bottom in this situation.
Who do you think is the top? Look at him!
I don't know, this is your chance to assert your dominance. Lick his head!
In the alpha, in the alpha.
This is your chance to shine. I don't just mean because the light will reflect off the sun.
Here's the thing though, right? This is a lovely little thing. I'll just sit here forever, and the show will end, you'll be going, look his head. Then it'll be 7.5 hours, and oh, they got us again. And no one gets their head licked.
I see that, but I'll see.
We're Vince McMahon right now.
Listen, Jules is over there. If you don't do it, he's going to come over and lick one of your heads, and then that's going to be it.
Sorry, we're waiting for Jules to lick someone's head. You know how it is. I really hope someone's brought their other half to this show, right? No idea what WhatCulture is. And they've gone.
Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
I was having such a nice time.
Why do we agree to do this quiz?
The good thing about that is this is good content. It's good YouTube title. Man gets head flipped on stage.
200K, baby!
I really do hope someone's brought someone who's never watched our channel before and they're going, and you said it was going to be a waste of money. Right, what is happening again? Oh yeah, the bloody good quiz, oh yeah. Next question for the AWO.
You got this. If it's about someone balls.
I think you're one up, but you've got a question in hand, yeah. Let's rush through this in case people try and suggest someone related to the person in this question. What year did Paige debut and win the Divas Championship on the same night? Was it 2011, 2012, 2013 or 2014? Who is C5 in my family, by the way? What a film. Yeah? Great film. Anyone else a bit of a nerdy wrestling kind of going, well, they aren't using the right Raw and SmackDown titles, so Selena Vega playing AJ Lee, and you going, what? She did that. 14.
I like the cut of your jiggle, buddy.
What's the last one? 2014. 2014. It's not 2014, it is 2013. Next question. And this is why I put the caveat in where I just went, oh, sorry, it's one more in down here. Let's move on. Moving on, next question. When Brock returned in 2012 and F5 John Cena, I'm really proud of this next question. When Brock returned in 2012 and F5 John Cena, what colour was John Cena wearing?
I don't care, because somebody licked my head.
Mr. Pretty Pebbles, was he wearing green, purple, yellow or red?
Oh my god, because outrage has happened here.
You got screwed! You got screwed!
Oh,
You
yeah.
got screwed! You got screwed! You got screwed! You got screwed!
I had my head licked, they get screwed as the stupid Come on, guys. Bowl this as well.
Simon's right, just we'll give it the point and we'll just move on.
What are you there for?
Green?
It is indeed green. We'll make this interesting. We'll mess it over. Right, next question for you guys. It's even. When Brock returned in 2012, I'm just going to keep talking. And when Rock booked WrestleMania's main event a year in advance on Raw in 2011.
Who was it again?
What year was it?
What colour armband was John Cena wearing? Was it green, purple, yellow or red? You still have your chance to ask the audience.
2014.
What are you going for?
We're going for legal help, that's what we're going
We have 4 questions, so 2 questions each.
You say orange?
No, I didn't say orange. Red.
No.
Red, yellow, purple or green?
Let's go with the colour of your shirt.
Yeah.
Purple, please, sir.
What's it going to be? What are you going for? Red is indeed correct.
2040.
It's all tied up. It's almost like I planned it. 2 questions each left. Right. We're talking about the Raw after WrestleMania. Who remembers the 5 words that Roman Reigns said after he pinned The Undertaker? This is my yard now.
So if that question had been, what were those 5 words? Kind of going through that sequence.
So,
Hang on. Are those 5 words not WhatCulture Wrestling, like, share and subscribe?
There was 6.
What goes with one word?
How many dislikes did Roman's "This Is My Yard" promo get on YouTube? Most dislikes for WWE in 2017, by the way. Was it 18k, 28k, 38k, or 48k?
Question. Was it more or less than his suffering succotash promo?
Was it more or less than when I did White Charlotte Flair with the WrestleMania Day 5? You! Right. Sorry.
18, 28, 38, or 48k?
The highest one. The highest
You have 48k?
Yeah.
Correct answer is 38k. Okay, penultimate question for the AWO. Still even. How many views does Dolph Ziggler's cash-in have on YouTube? Hey, who remembers Dolph Ziggler when he was popular? It's easy, isn't it? Right. How many views does his cash-in have? Is it 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, or 5 million?
It's gone down a million. It was just down a million. 2 or 3. No, wait. 2 million, 3 million, 4 million.
2, 3, 4.
You're going to check. Just get on phone, yeah. Well, you flipping. Oh, I've got a coin. Right, heads or tails? Heads or tails?
Heads or tails?
Heads! What's heads? True! Heads 3 million, tails 4 million. Going heads? Heads!
It is. What have we got? What is it?
That draw his. That draw is his.
What are you going for?
Whatever head was. The second one.
3 million, you're saying?
Yeah, the second out of the 4, the first of the 2. 3 million!
You're going to say 3 million.
Yes!
3 from a toss of a coin. I finally got him! I finally got him! It was 5 million, it wasn't down the middle! I've only taken working with you for 4 years now. Right, final question.
Quick fire round.
This is it, the last question, Phil, so it'll be the quickest fire. Okay. Final question, it's even, let's go for this. Who did Sin Cara attack on his debut in 2011? Sheamus, Matt Hardy, Ted DiBiase, or Cody Rhodes?
Sheamus.
It was Sheamus, the pressure is on.
Quick fire.
Who did Umaga attack on his debut in 2006?
This is obvious, right?
Our president.
Was it Ric Flair, Eugene, Shawn Michaels, or Val Venus?
This is obvious, right? I wanted someone to say yes so I can ask them.
You still ask the audience, yeah?
Can we ask the entire audience and just screw this for one question?
Yeah, go on.
Right. What is it? Is it A? What's A?
Ric Flair.
No!
Is it B, Eugene?
Maybe, I don't know.
Repo Man!
Is it C, Shawn Michaels?
No!
D, Val Venus?
Yeah, we're gonna ask. It's Eugene.
You going for Eugene?
I thought it was Hardy.
There's so much controversy here. It's Ric Flair. You say that? It is Ric Flair. They literally posted a video about it today on their YouTube channel.
I've been busy. I think this just happened.
So, in a hail of controversy, as with everything WWE related, your winners.
Bullshit. Sorry for the trailer.
Bullshit. Would you like to go to a tiebreaker just to be fair? No.
We don't want it, thanks, guys.
your hair will never come back. No, mates, I can't drop the mates.
Right, let's finish up with a worst wrestling ever before we finish up the Q&A.
We only lost because you got that answer wrong. So, who do you think's doing worst wrestling ever?
Is it going to be us doing worst wrestling ever?
Or is it going to be Adam Wilborn? Adam Wilborn, your worst wrestling ever booking decision, which you have to somehow defend in front of this lovely crowd.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
Don't like it.
He has a family!
Not anymore, pal.
Tuesday night on SmackDown, Kofi Kingston must drop his title to Baron Corbin.
Right. Come on, Adam. You've watched enough wrestling. Say literally one nice thing about Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is bald. Thank you for helping me along. No, we all have struggles in life, whether they being bald or, I don't know, ginger, pale, sunburning in cloudy weather in New York. You know, we all have problems. But Baron Corbin is a man who held the Money in the Bank briefcase and lost it in quite possibly the most hilarious way ever. He distracted himself like a dick with John Cena and then got pinned with a roll-up by the worst WWE champion ever. Yeah, Jinder? We all deserve a second chance, or in Baron's case, a third or a fourth, or yeah. Look, I think the best way of doing this is, look, just put the title on Baron and give Kofi the pancake briefcase! Yeah, I didn't know. I took my shot, I didn't land. If they do that, I mean, come on. AEW, anyone? Right, this has been the bloody good quiz. If you're a fan of this sort of thing and the bloody shambles it ended up being. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture WrestleMania on iTunes or Spotify. And then what's next now? Cool, meet and greet? Yeah? Is that one? Anyone on? Anyone in the back? Meet and greet now? Yeah, okay, there we go. Thank you. Oh, the Q&A, yes, of course. We're going to do a very quick Q&A. So we'll have a quick, short break. I'll get shouted at in the back by Vince McMahon for getting stuff wrong. And we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for today's Bloody Good Quiz!
Has Chris got the fish eye lens?
No, probably.
Oh, it's upstairs, man.
Well, we'll try.
All your get yourselves in. When you take
Give us your wrist. There we go.
Yeah, like, guys, seriously, Wilborn wasn't joking. Like, we decided to do this and we were like, will that work? Like, we've left it like a month before WrestleMania. Like, everybody's busy, surely. And then when things started to go, we were like, oh, we're actually gonna have to like work on something to do for this show. And then you guys came, and it was the most fun we've ever had. You told us yesterday after WrestleMania that would not be the highlight of the trip.
This is
Chuckled slightly, but this is it. This is the highlight of the trip. Thank you.
Also, buy loads of posters because we want beer money at Raw.
Take my money!
$15, man. Come on.